Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and all glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Merkakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that taught me this truth, and much respect to the Akim out there labor in his work. Peace and salutation to the hopefully elect that are scattered abroad across the four corners of the earth. To you I say, Shalom. So yeah, just another quick news and prophecy update, man. And as we see, things are teetering towards a state of mass chaos, civil unrest, and violence as the election approaches. And pretty much everything's that build up into the time of, Jacob's trouble, in which we at Great Millstone constantly warn about. In fact, Apostle Hardcorn is the hopeful year of Jacob's trouble. And it's looking like this election is going to kickstart that event of you Israelites trouble out there, man. Which means that you're going to be pretty much the scapegoat for all the chaos is going to take place as far as America falling. You're going to be to blame as you got these right wingers, these Edomites who feel like America is losing its so-called Christian values established by their forefathers. And, you so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, you're plastered everywhere. You pretty much are labeled as the ones that are pushing for this new way of living. You liberals, it seems like you're changing the landscape of America, and these devils feel like, that they're losing their kingdom. So you're going to be the scapegoat, once this shit really goes down, because they're looking at Trump as the last hope, last great white hope, to kickstart America back again, right? Make America great again. So if they feel like they lost, and you're going to expect Jake to be, in Esau's sight. So real quick, Jeremiah 30, verse 7, but we'll start at verse 5. It say, "For thus saith the Lord Yahweh by Shemashah, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace." The times that we come into, man, you're not going to find peace. You're going to find a lot of violence, a lot of death. All right? A lot of jakes out there are going to be hunted down, man. It's going to be hunting season for a lot of you Israelites. So ask you now and see whether man doth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins as a woman in travail, right? Because a man, of course, can't have a baby. So why is he cramped over like he's having a child, as a woman? Well, that's because of the pain, the torment, the sorrows that are going to take place. Again, it's going to be hunting season for Esau, who is the cunning hunter. So as they're at these stores, stockpiling weapons, ammunition, you got Jacob had still caught up in the folly, seeking to please their flesh. They're nothing more than a target right now. And I got a video going into that, you jakes are nothing more than a target for these Edomites. And so it goes and say, in all faces of turn and paleness, or a state of fear. So 7, alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. Okay. This place will conclude with thermonuclear destruction, but before that, you're going to have a time of trouble like never before. That's going to be geared towards you Israelites, man. And it's really the fierce anger, the righteous anger of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shemashah, towards you Israelites who denied his son, Yahushua, man. All right. So let's get this translation real quick in the NLT. So it says, in all history, there has never been such a time of terror. Never, man. Such a time of terror. It will be a time of trouble for my people, Israel. Yet in the end, they will be saved. So this is saying that the elect of Jacob are going to make it into the end. They're going to be preserved from these said perils. A time in history has never compared to the times, or can't compare to the times that we come into. And this is going to be you Israelites' trouble, man. All right. So we're constantly warning you people. We're warning you Israelites day in and day out of the evils that are going to take place. And this seems to be the beginning stages of Jacob's trouble. So I got this article right here from wire.com. I think that I got this from the elder Ashiar out there in Charlotte, North Carolina. And so it says election violence is already here, with bombs, brawls, and stolen mail-in ballots already in play. The 2024 election is shaping up to be exceptionally chaotic. Wired is tracking these incidents as they unfold. And who's the cause of all this? Where is Yahweh Shema Shai, man? Okay. Matter of fact, let's read this and then we'll get into the scriptures. It says, a man in a white van circled an early voting site in Loxahatchee, Florida, and shouted anti-Shem and racist slurs at a group of people campaigning outside. A man who went to vote in Orangeburg, South Carolina, brawled with election workers after he was asked to remove his Trump hat. A man in Tempe, Arizona, was arrested for shooting up a DNC office 3 times. These are just some of the disturbing incidents that have taken place in the last 10 days alone, right? And this came out November 1st, 2024. So these are just little skirmishes, little incidents right here that's alluding to the things that are going to transpire during the election and after the election, because both sides are going to be disappointed no matter which way it goes, man. You can blame each party for whoever loses. But this is showing you, man, like, 10 is already brewing and we ain't even had the election yet. So how much more, once this thing pops off, or once the election is decided or it's canceled or whatever, how they do it, man? So Wired is tracking how disinformation and heightened political rhetoric is spilling out into the real world as election day nears, manifesting acts of sabotage, intimidation, and violence. So pretty much this is the ultimate form of division, and this is what the Lord is causing within the earth, right? He's causing division, civil war. In ancient times, you had the 2 kingdoms, the southern kingdom and the northern kingdom of the Israelites. They constantly fought. It was civil wars within Israel, man. So here it is. You got these Edomites, all right, divided also through the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai for the rebellion. So Isaiah 19:2, it says, and I, the Most High, Yahweh Shema Shai, will set Egyptians against the Egyptians. This is Edomite against Edomite. Okay? So you got your left and your right. Class wars. And they shall fight everyone against his brother and everyone against his neighbor. City against city. That's civil war. And kingdom against kingdom, man. So this is what the Lord is doing. All right. Why? Because of what they have done unto the Israelites. So the elect that are going to be preserved from these chaotic events, we're going to be sitting back and watching these devils destroy themselves, and also destroying you 2/3 Jakes out there. For your rebellion, for siding with Esau. You got Jake, picking either left, Kamala, or Trump, still putting that trust in America, not knowing that the Lord is doing this to recompense our enemies. But you want to be involved with them, well, you're going to suffer that same judgment. So that's why the Lord is setting apart the elect be preserved, from this chaos is going to take place. And so this other article right here, I got it from another elder, I forgot who it was, but it says here from ABC News, police department in Georgia apologizes over the image of black man used for target practice. Came out June the 22nd, 2023. But this right here, pretty much lets you know, it sets a tone of, who is to blame and how Esau is bloodthirsty over you, over pretty much, want to put you Jakes down, man. All right. This shows you the true nature of Esau right here. So let's check it out.
A police department in Georgia under fire after a viral post left many outraged. The video shows white people using an image of a black man for target practice. The police department for the town in Villarica posted the pictures from its training course on social media over the weekend, and the backlash was swift. The post got more than 500 comments and had more than 400 shares, most of the people finding the images offensive.
And this motherfucker, he's getting a kick out of it, man. This is Esau's lifelong fantasy, which is to freely shoot down you niggas, man. This is the sword right here. So that right there lets you know that you're going to be the target in Jacob's trouble. And they can't wait.
You put this image up, and we're being shot at.
It was immediately clear to me that the selection of these images used in this training was offensive.
Perception of it looks like we have people just shooting at black guys, and that's not at all what it was.
Fuck out of
The
here.
chief of the police department says he is now ordering the offensive images taken down. The city has hired an independent firm to investigate. A police department in Georgia.
Yeah, so the sword is being sharpened, you know, to make a sword slaughter. It's gonna be up on you Israelites out there, you know, who don't want to get right. So let's see what else I had. Yeah, let's play this video right here from the elder Amawan Gabar. Posted a video called Civil War, Civil War, Civil War is coming. And so yeah, let's hear, you know, these right wingers, let's hear their conclusion to a lot of this madness is going to take place if Kamala wins.
Who do you think is going to be in the White House in
You know, how are they going to handle it?
January?
I truly believe Trump will be there. I really do. I really do.
You think the same?
Yeah. If it's not, we're going to be in trouble. Yeah, I think so. This is the last great hope.
Yeah.
I think she will destroy it.
Civil war, there'd be a revolution.
You think there'd be, if he's not in or if he is in?
I guarantee if they steal it, there'd be a revolution.
We the people own plenty of firearms. There's more gun owners than enlisted servicemen, and they are not going to go against patriots. I don't care what color camouflage comes after me. If you're going to try to put me in a detention camp or try to re-educate me, I'll kill you.
I just think what you're saying about the potential.
Yeah, so, you know, of course, gun sales have went up, ammo sales have went up, and, you know, these devils are ready. You know, I think, you know, they just deployed troops in certain areas, certain cities throughout the states, and they're anticipating something to go down. So, hey, man, you want to have agent provocateurs and all that pretty much inciting and, you know, stirring this thing up to kickstart it. And it's all through the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai anyway. But this just shows you that, you know, these devils are fed up. Trump is the last hope. Kamala gets in, this country is destroyed. So the tone is already set for civil war, division, race wars, and all that.
Potential for people taking arms and being violent. I mean, that's quite scary.
This is the holy war in the United States. We're fighting for God by voting for Trump.
CBS News has obtained a joint intelligence bulletin from the FBI and the Department of Homeland Security highlighting the threat of domestic extremism ahead of the election. The report reads in part, quote, domestic violent extremists with election-related grievances, such as the perception of election fraud or anger towards perceived political adversaries, pose the most likely threat of extremist violence to election-related targets. CBS News.
Yeah, like I was just mentioning, you know, you're going to have more than likely agent provocateurs starting this thing off, you know. And it's all setting up to blame you Israelites, man. As Esau is known as the accuser of the brethren. They're looking for a reason to come after you niggas. So let's play this other video from Arrows of Inner Nation. It says, listen up, E, white supremacists are targeting you. Why they know you are vulnerable, right? Now it's not the time to be rebellious, to, you know, to grow weary and weak. Now it's the time to really cleave onto Yahweh Shema Shai and be even more obedient, man. And that goes for everyone, you know, as judgment approaches.
Okay, Georgians, come in real close, real close. I know some people who know some people who know some people that work in one of the area's police departments. And this alert is being shared amongst police officers across the local area, okay? Last night, a deputy told family that local white supremacist KKK members originating out of Lexington, North Carolina, are planning to attack from now until Inauguration Day. They are plotting against Black people, especially Black women, because in their eyes, we are easy targets. Please be vigilant. Try not to do anything alone, especially after dark. This is not a hoax or a rumor. The deputy showed paperwork that the police department has. In their words, they're taking their country back.
See that? They taking their country back because you Jakes, you know, it seemed like, you know, the kingdom is being turned over to you, and which it is through the spirit, but only to the elect. But the spirit right now is that Esau is losing his power, and you Jakes are pretty much flip-flopping America, man. You're setting up a new standard as far as these liberals, you know, do as they're will, and you're destroying their moral foundation of what this country was so-called founded upon. And hey, here it is, you got a Kamala that's pushing forth all this perversion. So that's throwing it back on you black women also. That's why you're a target. So you're going to get it too, you know?
It's really scary, and please take what I am telling you seriously.
So I just got word that white supremacists...
It's going to be a horrible time, man. You know, it's going to be a horrible time. So let's go ahead and get the book of Psalm 17 and verse 13. So it says here, arise, O Lord, and disappoint him and cast him down. It's talking about Esau, of course. So, of course, it starts from the top banking elites who have a new order, and, you know, the Viz and Civil War, that's a part of their plans on the left-hand side of the Most High. So he's using them to stir up division, you know, strife and all that, race wars, you know. So it all goes back into Esau. So again, arise, O Lord, and disappoint him and cast him down. All right, disrupt this NWO that he's trying to set up. Deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. All right, Esau is the sword of the Most High. So yeah, the petition here for the elect to be saved out of Jacob's trouble is to be delivered from, all right, the left hand of the Most High. That sword that is going to swing one last time at your Israelites, man. It's called Jacob's trouble. And we don't want no part of it. We see how the sword is being sharpened. Esau is getting ready for chaos, division, you know, because they're going to blame you, Jakes, again for destroying this place like they always have, right? And it's not going to be a pretty sight because it's the fear of the Lord. As a matter of fact, let's get Isaiah, the 10th chapter. Starting at verse 5. You see from the top, Assyria is the Most High's instrument. So the modern day Assyrian is Esau. O Assyrian, the rod of mine anger and the staff in their hand is mine indignation. Indignation means righteous anger. So the Assyrian, which is the rod of the Most High's anger, right? You can equate down to Esau, and the staff in their hand is mine indignation. So he's using the Assyrian to punish the rebellious Israelites, the ones who don't want to get right, man. All right. Let's see what it says in other translations. But yeah, you get the point. So right here in verse 6, it says, and I will send him against a hypocritical nation. And that's the 2/3. You know, by default, when you reject Yahweh Shai, you consider a hypocrite. A hypocrite, okay? You got all these people claim to be religious, you know, spiritual, righteous. But when you deny Yahweh Shai, you automatically found a hypocrite. You're found in sin. Let's get this word. Hypocritical. Strong's H2611. So yeah, it says hypocritical, godless, right? Profane, outside of the temple, hypocrite, irreligious. So no matter how much you claim to be religious and you believe in the Most High, you know, you love God, well, when you deny Yahweh Shai, then by default you're labeled a hypocrite. You're godless, profane, which means outside of the temple, and you're found in sin. Strong's definition. Strong's H2610, soiled, i.e. with sin. See? With sin. You're found with sin outside of Yahweh Shai. So those who deny this truth, this gospel, well, you are who the Lord's going to send this sword after. Again, Isaiah 10:6. I will send him against a hypocritical nation, the 2/3, and against the people of my wrath will I give him a charge. See that? So he's going to have his way with you Jakes out there. And he goes and say to take the spoil and to take the prey. right? Because he's a hunter and you the prey. Like that nigga said on what was that movie? Damn. I'm about to look it up right now. I'm about to look it up. Salakia. Salakia. How's it go? I think this is it right here. Just bear with me. Here we go.
Why do you think that's so funny?
You're gonna fuck around out there in the streets till you get killed. You gotta think about your life. Being a black man in America isn't easy. The hunt is on. And you're the prey.
Yeah, there you go. So the hunt is on. All right, Logan sent for that sword. Esau the kind of hunter, and you are the prey, man. So again, going back to Isaiah 10:6, it says, I will send him against a hypocritical nation and against the people of my wrath. Will I give him a charge to take the spoil and to take the prey, see, and to tread them down at the mire of the streets. You're going to have militias out here, you know, you're going to have blackouts, power outages, man. It's going to be hunting season. And they're going to be mowing you jakes down in the streets. And we as the believers really shouldn't feel no type of way about it, because these are the same ones who denied our Lord Yahushua. So it's important for us to remain spiritual and not be so offended in judgment as well. Of course, it's going to be, you know, you don't want to see people get done like that. But at the same time, it goes back into them, you know, denying Yahushua. So now they got to receive, you know, the fruits of their reward, which is, you know, them being put down, man. Yeah, so it's going to get ugly. It's going to get ugly out here. So the people of the Lord's wrath is going to give Esau a charge. But for those who are in his truth, it's not going to be so. Let's go to 1 Thessalonians 5 and verse 9. We start at verse 8. But let us who are the day be sober, those who have been awakened, you know, those who have the eyesight to see and that walk in the light. Speaking about this truth, be sober. Okay. Not physically, but rather spiritually sober, knowing what's going on, putting on the breastplate of faith and love, and for an helmet, the hope of salvation. For Yahweh by Shema Shai have not appointed us to wrath. See, your elect, we're not appointed unto wrath, but to attain salvation by our Lord Yahweh Shai Hamashiach, right? So we had to expect deliverance in these times, you know, by remaining sober and just doing what the Lord told us to do, man. You know, not being caught up into the world and, you know, heaping up wrath into ourselves by subscribing to these different doctrines. You know, the scripture says that, you know, if you continue in the doctrine, you're going to save both yourself and those that hear you. So verse 10, who died for us, the elect, that whether we wake or sleep, we should live together with him. Wherefore comfort yourselves together and edify one another, even as also you do. Okay, because there's going to be protection for the elect, right, from this sword. When you go to the book of Job, chapter 5, verse 19, it says, he shall deliver thee in 6 troubles. This is all the troubles, Jacob's trouble, race wars, class wars, famines, pestilences, all of that. The elect going to make it through it. Yea, in 7, there shall no evil touch thee. So before the missiles hit, we got to be up out of here. We got to be up out of America. Right? That's what it's going into. In famine, he shall redeem thee from death. See? And in war, civil wars, race wars, you know, from the power of the sword. Because the Lord finna swipe that sword one last time against who? A hypocritical nation. So although Esau will come out to the elect, there's going to be protection there, right? There's going to be a defense by subscribing to this truth. Thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue, Esau's accusations to blame Jacob. Neither shall thou be afraid of destruction when it cometh. At destruction and famine thou shalt laugh. Neither shall thou be afraid of the beasts of the earth. So this is the peace that you want. This is the mercy that you're desiring in these times, man. And everyone's going to want this type of peace, but they're not going to get it because they rejected the word of Yahweh Shemashah. So they're going to be given over to Esau, and whatever you want to do with you, Jakes, the Lord's going to let them do it. And it's really going to be the wrath of Yahweh Shemashah, man. So, yeah, I just want to go through that real quick. So, Lord willing, you edify until next time I say, Shalom.